in high Canadian standards on our family farm. We work with nutritionists, herd health with our vet, and a healthy cow creates a high quality product. Look for the Blue Cow logo.
Coming?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. And then I'm going to find out if there's washrooms here, because I really got to go.
Go home and have a nice warm bath.
That's about it.
You keep dry, Tim? Almost. Anyway, take care of yourself.
You too, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there washrooms here?
Yeah, they're right
Just that one? I'm going to use them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my Nia? Yeah, well, we gotta check you out for the day. There you is. Wee! Wee! Yes, there you is. Okay, come over here. Okay, so you've got potatoes and stuff out there for tomorrow afternoon. And then we will, there is a crock pot that will go through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? I think. Because the tomatoes you got to eat up, and if they were chopped into it, you can put salt on all of it and work with it. It isn't going to hurt you. It's probably good for you.
I gotta get margarine yet. This has gone black.
What?
This one's gone black. I gotta get more margarine. There's only like this much in the bottom, but anyway.
Well, then throw it out. That never came downstairs. Well, you're going to come downstairs with me. Put that down here on the floor.
Which?
The container of tomatoes you were supposed to take down there. Okay, so we're going that way, and I've got stopovers to do. Watch where you're backing up.
Well, at least you know where the dog park is, right?
Yeah, it's thought. She can go out there for a few minutes. I've
Gonna go outside. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes.
come on. Come on. Yes, yeah, there you are. Come on. Come on. Go ahead. Come on, get out of that, Sadie. Yeah, get out of that. We have to come up with a... I can't find the shovel anywhere, Tim. I don't know what you've done with... I have not used it since I don't know when. If anything, I use the little spade.
So do I.
Well...
Just because I like it better.
No, you don't. The dog shovel has been in where the dog area was for forever, so... And it was not an old shovel. It basically was a new shovel in the last year. So I don't know what you've done with it. Well, I take it you've taken it out front for some reason in the last while of a couple of months.
I haven't needed it up front, so I wouldn't have taken it.
Okay. There's
That's
a lot
right.
of stuff that you... I'm not crazy, Tim. And my memory's good. And it might be easier for you to just say, you know, maybe I don't remember.
I don't recall using it at all.
Well, I don't think that you will recall it. That's the problem. So we've got to end up with another shovel. I just thought it's better if you don't go out today with the van, maybe at this point. I'm not doing too good. I got something done out with the yard, and I've cut the lawn, and it's not quite the day that I planned to do. Okay.
No.
Well, this is kind of often with our days, Tim. What are you doing, Sadie? Was that? You said it was nice
nice to see everybody
Yeah,
today.
it was nice to see everybody.
You're doing good.
I agree.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
When we were out back and the neighbor was out there, I felt like you were pushing every possible button you could think to push for me to lose my cool, and I'm losing my cool regularly, Tim. I turned into a basket case down at the rental place and started to bawl and thought I was going to curl up in one. That is where I am at with all of what's going on. This is not easy for you, but I'm telling you it's not easy for me. And the Riot Act would say, you know what? Right about a while before this, I agreed for them to do an assessment on my dad, and I went to the doctor. Now, I don't know if you understand the ramifications of what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying right now. And I've thought, well, okay, we're going to just try to get through this, or we're going to do something, but it seems to be like a daily moment.
There are times when I have to stop myself and think, well, what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing. I still have to stop and think.
Okay, what are you going to do with respect to keys? Because this is becoming a major issue.
How so? Because I am putting the van keys where they belong. Always making sure I have my keys in my pocket. Today was the first time I've lost a set of keys and I didn't know where the hell they were.
Tim, I found my motorcycle key on the other side of the fence in Mark's. How it got there, I don't know.
I could have dropped it and it went between the boards and the fence.
Well, you know what? That would have been a real interesting day, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So I already gave you that little talk about the sooner you come to grips with where things are at, the easier things might get.
Also, how would it get easier if
Because maybe that you will start following some of the things that I've talked about, like write stuff down, like try to remember, like you don't wear those shoes out because of the COVID, because of... Tim, it's just like a constant during the day. Just a constant.
Yes, Sadie, we're watching you. Yes, we're watching you.
You stay over here. You're tramping around with oxygen, Tim, and the mess that you made in looking for the keys is not something you would have even done 2 years ago.
I didn't go tramping in there until I'd already gone through it.
Well, I'm not going to argue about any of all of it. Okay? Most of your behaviors you wouldn't have even done 2 years ago. Some of them will, maybe, you know, you would have told me that I hadn't said this or that. That hasn't changed. None of that will change. You will get worse. You will get more like that. That's the problem, I think. It's
I'll get more like that too.
You'll become more entrenched in the fact that there is nothing wrong. You're not doing it. That's part and parcel of the whole thing with the memory and the whole bit. And it's why it is so difficult for people who are there.
Now I can understand.
That's why I said the sooner that you can, on some level, emotionally recognize that there's an issue that you may not even fully believe in, but it's an issue, then maybe that would be easier.
It's ingrained in me now to go back and check the van door twice.
Well,
That's ingrained in me now.
it wasn't the other day, Tim. You were angry with me because I asked you to go do it. This is the same thing with out there with what's his name behind when the neighbor was there. Well, Tim, can you go back and retrace your steps? Well, you didn't have to, you didn't think. Like, the bottom line is, Tim, you got mad when I said, fuck you. I would expect people to tell me that. It's... The keys should not be walking around in your hand. They should be being clipped into your pocket. There are ways to go around some of these things. You have a large safety pin that you then put in your pocket, and the clip clips to the safety pin. And when you stop doing the ego shit that somehow this is harmful for your ego, it will be easier. There. Hello.
Writing down along with James, you're going to focus on him. And if you are not going to respect James or this rice, this is straight up white supremacy.
There. Hello.
Writing down along with James, you're going to focus on him. And if you are not going to respect James or this rice, this is straight up white supremacy.
That's out here, Ben has been here since then. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, well, you don't know. I'm gonna go get that and put that over there, and then I'm gonna get that and put that over there. Oh. Yeah, well, Sadie, it would be nice if you didn't do that. It makes as much sense to stick it back over here as it does to stick it over there. Ah.
Have flown westward down this 155-kilometer aqueduct from Shoal Lake into Winnipeg. Historian Adele Perry has literally written the book on the Winnipeg Aqueduct.
From the 1870s and 1800s onwards,
no, yes,
consistent
there
drinking
you
water
is.
was an issue that concerned people who
That is a
came to
good
the
picture.
city.
Well, but I understand we're at the forks of two major rivers. What was wrong with that?
That water tended to test as being typhoid-free, but typhoid broke.
Yes, you just look just picture perfect, but you're bouncing around again. Hold still. There, you're gorgeous. Okay, so we'll wipe that up. No, I don't know quite what.
Website to hear their stories. For Petro-Canada to live by the leaf means supporting those who wear it.
Yeah, there's Mew. She's having her num-nums.
She wakes up and goes, oh yeah, I guess I was hungry.
Yeah, I know. I know, Sadie's.
think he is.
Okay, there you are.
Let's go.
And I pulled everything off that side because it gets wet there, hung those up. And I thought it was out in this area. Because I thought I saw it and thought, gee, wouldn't it be nice to hang it up? And then there it is. It's not in the garage. We're not out riding, but we could, right now we'll do this or sit for a few minutes and then we can go home and I'll do some of whatever. And I've got to come back out here again. She's doing the card and stuff. I said, no, I've been through almost 3 weeks with this. Been back and forth to Abbotsford and you know, they wanted to send me to Mission, and a lot of this started with the first dude. Yeah. I think that's where a lot of it started. It's why this other dude, I said, well, you know, when I was in there, I says, well, it's like you didn't want to send me a camera. I said, you know, I know I seem half crazy, but I am half crazy at this point with this. Just...
He traded the gold ring in for that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Huh. A scout, eh? Indian scout, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can pull those up online.
What?
I can pull that up online.
Well, it has to do with, he said no women your height, so he's not a tall man either. No, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Well, it's kind of cool that we're sitting at a Starbucks for a change.
First time in how many months?
Yeah, really, at least that many months. And then they have to come back out of the freezer. Now, have you got potatoes upstairs?
Yes.
How many?
Cooked and uncooked.
Well, you've got enough for tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, let's go this way. Come on, Sadie, quit being a shit. Come on. Come on. I don't know if this looks any better. This was just black with I've tried spraying it with vinegar and some of it's come off. But this is why it's so slippery out here.
Hold on.
It's really hazy today too, or feels hazy or something. Yeah, it's really hazy today too. And then they have to come back out of the freezer. Now, have you got potatoes upstairs?
Yes.
How many?
Cooked and uncooked.
Well, you've got enough for tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, let's go this way. Come on, Sadie, quit being a shit. Come on. Come on. I don't know if this looks any better. This was just black with I've tried spraying it with vinegar and some of it's come off. But this is why it's so slippery out here.
Hold on.
Dry drops. Come on, watch. I have a camera that might perform. What? Holy shit. Yeah. Come on. Oh, this is incredible. Look at that. Click, click, click. Sadie, can we go that way? Come on. Yeah, we're going this way. Did you do out here? That one looks pretty good from the other day. Go sit down and I'll find whatever else I've got to locate here. Yes, look at it's Sadie. Well, you know, you do look so nice when I do it like that, but yeah, this is see what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no reason for like the camera. When I take it in, I should put my memory card in and say, look, this is what I'm talking about. Please advise people of this. This is nuts.
Yeah.
So when I would go like this, okay, watch. Now I'm going to count it off.
Yeah, I know, dear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably to a 6 or 7 count that it will just go black screen and go busy, which is bizarre. And that's on auto mode. There should be no reason for that on an auto mode. The camera doesn't have to, I guess it has to think about what it's doing. Well, programmed auto won't work because I can't always run programmed auto. This is on an auto mode right now. Like see what happens? Boom. Boom. Like, and that one picture that looks a little dark probably isn't. It's probably fine. So, anyway. But I'm getting a little punchy with that. I've probably only got another 100 pages of these things to go through. He has given us an awful lot. I've told you. Yeah. I don't think some people realize how much material he has given us. And yes, and if I was to work through the tapes, each tape, I could be at it for the next year. This I thought would hopefully bring me, you know, it's like up to speed. While I'm looking for things in the tapes, it's, I don't know, it's, yeah, so I still have maybe 30 to 40 hours of tapes. Well, each one of those tapes take roughly 4 hours or more, sometimes 8 hours. So that's literally, like, you know what happens with sitting there. And you can't just say, oh, I'll do 20 minutes here, I'll do 20 minutes here. It doesn't work that way.
There's another 5 hours coming every week?
Well, yeah, you see how this is happening. So I don't know. If I can get that far, then I've actually got a system for how to organize it, and I will hopefully have studied some of it. But some of the tapes, the slides he's using right now, will be repeats again, right? So that's okay for the time being. So how many potatoes are upstairs?
There's enough for a second. I've already eaten some of those. There's enough for a second meal today. Plus, there's still enough in the bag for tomorrow.
Well, you probably didn't have to cook the other ones, but I guess you could do that. But there's onions that are downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, and if not, maybe I'll eat them because I'm going to put them with the tomatoes and eat that. Hello, Sadie.
Hi, Sadie.
There you is.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Eating a Twinkie.
Did you go look?
There.
Did you? Did you go look? Did you find him? The dog.
It's not over there, it's across the road. No, maybe not, I don't know.
frustration.
Look, there you are,
But you
Nia.
both have chosen, and I'm sure it's an ongoing choice, as it is for all of us, to go towards love, to go towards forgiveness. So I'd just love to hear your
Yes,
thoughts
she
about
is.
that. How did you pivot that, or how do you continue
Hello.
to
I've
choose
got
to step towards love rather than fear or frustration or
Watch your
anger?
tail. Watch your tail.
For me, I would say that like the point for me was losing my friend to suicide, because that just really like shattered my spirit and soul into pieces, and that made me just think like what gets a person to that point, and just like kind of just delving back in history. Like,
Here, we'll
just
do a
seeing
better
how-
picture today. There you is.
You ready, girl? Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. Keep going.
Okay, so you got to take one of the things upstairs, okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and do this briefly, and then I'll be up there. And you got time to find out. Okay, Sadie. Look at me.
Gets me. It's
Thursday night. There you is. Something else. No, it's Thursday night. I can't remember what's on. No.
With the discoveries of contemporary science. For the past 18 years,
Yes, Nia,
we've led
you are a
online
Nia
and
guy.
in-person courses, as well as multi-day retreats.
Yeah,
with
yes,
tens of
that's
thousands
that.
of
You want to
people
high five it, huh?
Collective trauma, personal development,
Oh, yes, I know. Boopy doopy
competency,
doo.
and healing.
Boopy doopy 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 doo. Right there. Helping you today. Wish I could think of his name.
So did I.
Well, anyway, he can't remember mine either. And I said, well,
Isn't
you
it
know,
Tim?
keeping an eye on you. He's been through stuff with family. And I already told him that he's liable to hear me screaming and cursing. And he seems to understand that it's difficult, okay? So if he's been these roads. But, you know, it's like yesterday, that was not, I mean, I'm just telling you some of the discussion, that your logical response there was not a coping response. It wasn't a...
It was an angry and scared response.
Well, it was something that would happen because of the condition, okay? So those are the things that you have to be aware of to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go get help, okay? That's what you have to do. That has to be the primary number one response. Okay? Is the van open? By the way, that wasn't flat last night when I checked this at 6. Now, I don't know what we're going to do with... delivery is going to happen later today. But this, if we get through this, then I've got to be here. Somebody does for Rob, too. Or whoever.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Well, lovely. Apart from all that, why did you get 2 clips?
In case I got the wrong one. Plus I figured I'd put one on my belt loop, one here, put the other one on the other one, and that way I can just unclip with a clip.
No, because if you're just hanging them on your belt loop, it's supposed to
No,
be...
it goes in my pocket gear.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Okay. You've got to keep them in the pocket. I don't hang anything and dangle it off of my waist.
Yeah.
It may be up here, where if it drops, I know it. Okay?
Yeah.
But, you know, I said to him, nobody does this. Well, most people don't. I said, I don't walk around with a little tiny thing with keys. He went, no. Well, that's what you're doing under these conditions, Tim, and this is not practical. Okay? So, anyway, I'll sit here for a few minutes and then we'll go in and watch something, and then I'll go in and maybe do some more of that, and I'm sure I've accomplished something with it today.
Anikai.
Ani.
Two A's is an ah, two I's is an E.
Two I's is an E sound. Two A's is the ah sound.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to.
And the G's
wrap
on
my
the
head
end
around.
tend to be an A sound, as in gay would be, or way, that sound. But I find it's easier just to write it as A-Y-E, A. So phonetically, I find that I'm still doing the phonics thing. I think I just should keep doing it. And what I'm working through right now, I go through and I do the phonics, and then I listen to the section of tape that I have to listen to with the slide, and I go, that's amazing. I've pretty much got it. Like, I'm not listening to it. So I don't always have the correct pattern with it, but I'm sounding it out. So it's getting easier, and if I don't know what I can think of offhand, Bimose, Bamito, Kadakie, Nasakia. I'm trying to think of action verbs. You know what any of those are? Bimose is walk.
What's 80?
Bamito is run. Kadaki is to go uphill. Nasake is to come downhill. Kadaki Batu. Or toe. I've heard him say it two different ways. So he is bouncing between a couple of dialects. Okay? He is doing that. I like the toe because it stays with my phonetics. So Kadaki Bato, which actually is closer to Odawa. But every now and then I'm hearing him doing the like the Ojibwe, which is closer to Western. But when he's doing his, he tends to, for the most part, stay with almost straight Odawa. Even sometimes the spellings will change somewhat because letters will drop out, or a few things change. Like that K doesn't appear in most Ojibwe. He uses it. That's the Odawa. It's not the G, it's the K. So what is Kadaki Bato? Run up the hill. Run down the hill. Misham, apples. I've got to
run the apples up the hill.
Basically. Okay, so I need to construct a sentence with that, and I have to have it sit in the language. So, apples up the hill. You can't just say apples up the hill. You. So,
you run.
Basically, but he's got such simple sentence structures. He hasn't used verbs like carry. You run up the hill, carry the apples. Okay? He hasn't given us verbs like carry and take and a few of those, and I haven't really worked through that yet.
Right. Well, I got picked out first.
Gadai, Kadaki, Batu. What did I just tell you? My dog runs up the hill.
The dog doesn't run anywhere.
And I could say na with an N sound, na amush. But I actually like the Gadai. That's what's showing up in a lot of the sites, that it seems to be that.
One I got picked out for tonight is called Cottagers and Indians.
Okay, well, we'll see what that's like briefly. Hopefully it's not too long. That's why you're supposed to be writing things down, yes? Yeah, well, I would like to go out, but by the time I get done with Kevin tonight, I'll go to bed at 2 in the morning again. All right? I'm running about 4 hours sleep again, Tim. I'm just about half crazy, okay? seems to me that you could remember some of those things. I figured I'll end up with another 4 or 5 of them up there before we do a night and watch a bunch of them. The 3 or 4 tapes on whatever. I figured I'll end up with another 4 or 5 of them up there before we do a night and watch a bunch of them. I know, Sadie's. Okay, there you are. Let's go. Well, it's kind of cool that we're sitting at a Starbucks for a change.
First time in how many months?
Yeah, really, at least that many months. Well, it's kind of cool that we're sitting at a Starbucks for a change.
First time in how many months?
Yeah, really, at least that many months.